Hi everybody, and welcome to my video on the Path of Exile beta. This game, I believe, is going to be a Diablo Torchlight-esque type clone. The game features several classes that are based on three main stat categories. You have Strength, Dexterity, and Intelligence. Here we are at the character creation screen, and we will go through some of the primary stats
others
first.
who can help you. You're not the first exiles, and you won't be the last.
The main strength character is this guy, the Marauder. Kind of looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger's original Conan, except like he got into, I don't know, some kind of a punching match with Rocky Dennis from The Mask. We have the Dexterity class, which is the Ranger. Looks like your standard rogue slash archer kind of character here.
The Magisters of Aughhhh are merciful and have granted all exiles one weapon. Choose wisely. Aughhhh has bestowed a gift upon you, a chance to redeem your crimes, a new life. Do not squander it.
Here's the Witch. She is the pure intelligence character. We also have the Duelist, which is a strength-dexterity hybrid. Kind of looks like a pirate. We've got the Shadow, which I do believe is new to this weekend. He's dexterity and intelligence. I believe he's a trap-based character. And we have the Templar, which is strength and intelligence. You kind of think of him as a pally, but to me, for some reason, he looks kind of like Deckard Cain.
The Magisters of Aughhhh are merciful and have granted all exiles one weapon. Choose wisely. Aughhhh has bestowed a gift upon you, a chance to redeem your crimes, a new life. Do not squander it.
Alright, I went ahead and picked the Templar, which is the strength and intelligence character. I think it might play out a little bit like a pally, even though he doesn't really look like one. So I guess we'll find out. It looks like they were so kind as to give me a weapon right as soon as I washed up on this beach. Hey man, that guy just got eaten. I was talking to him. Alright, so I've got my default attack over here, no skills. Looks like I have my potions over here. There's life at 61, there's mana at 51. Let's see what we have to find over here. Well, they really do assault you with some creatures here to fight right at the beginning of the game. Holy cow, that guy just took a chunk out of me. Let's see if I can back out of combat and regain some health over here. It looks like I'm in 10. Wow. No out of combat regen over here. So here is my character screen. Here the stats, strength and intelligence are the top two for this guy because that's what he's based off of. Dexterity's a little less. And looks like we have our options over here. It started off in a windowed mode. I had to set it to full screen. We've got the big map. We've got the character, social panel. Passive skills. Now this is where Path of Exile really shines. Look at this. look at these talent trees over here. Look at these skill slots. This is where I am. And depending on which way you come out of your initial character, that kind of determines the path that you go. So if I come up this way, I go more of a mana route. As you see, things are blue. If I come out towards the bottom left, I go a strength way. And if I come out this way, I'd be doing some dexterity items. But as you can see, since it's not a main stat for me, I don't link. Dexterity's not linked, whereas you can see intelligence right there and strength. Now, the good thing about Path of Exile is you actually have the ability to go to the website and plan out your tree, but I mean, look at this. This tree goes on and on for days. And they have some big talent areas like a plus 30 strength over here, bigger skills like the Iron Grip, the ones in these big gold circles are bigger. And you have some minor ones over here. So it's a really involved tree. I guess I'll use a potion over here because I don't seem to be gaining life back on my own. Wow, I am getting my ass kicked right at the beginning of the game. So it really does seem to play a lot like your standard Diablo type game. Although I don't really have... Huh, M is online shop and not map. Okay. It's a little strange. These drowned guys really do seem to take a pretty big chunk out of me here. Have no idea where I'm supposed to go. There's a chest over here, so we'll pick it up. Kind of wish I could zoom out a little bit. I feel like I'm fairly tight in on the character. These spiders definitely seem to be... Well, spitters, excuse me, seem to be following. Alright, let's see if we can't maybe just pass these guys a little bit. Stay out of combat. And find some interesting stuff to do. So it looks like I'm getting a couple extra weapons over here. And it looks, I'm probably going to guess that the colors on the weapons denote what they might be good for. So, it's probably good for dexterity class. Let's try this. And let's see if my guy can dual wield once I kill some people over here. Cool, I can dual wield. I admit, I could probably stand to know a little bit more about the game. I'd sort of been following it on their website for a while, and suddenly was surprised with a beta invite for the weekend. And unfortunately, I'm just now getting into it. It's been a pretty busy weekend with the Mists of Pandaria beta, Firefall beta, Secret World beta, now this one. There's just not enough time in the day to play them all. Oh, quest, cool. Let's see if I get my ass kicked by this named guy. Yep. Let's back out, get some health. cool, I got distracted by my phone for a second and he crit me. So let's see what happens when you die. Alright, I got a skill point over here, so I can either go up the intellect or strength. I'm gonna go the melee damage since I don't have any skills right yet. Alright, now I've got a quest and a map shows me where it is. Let's see if I have no skills as of yet. Alright, tells me the experience remaining. Don't seem to be able to assign any points. So let's go back and see if we can kill this guy. Kind of nifty, can walk through the water over here. Didn't think I'd be able to wade that far out into it. I think that's pretty fortunate his life didn't regen while I died. Alright, let's see if we can't drop some of these items over here. Scroll of Wisdom will identify an item. There's a shocker. Alright, that seems to be a strength and dexterity weapon. But, let's see. Let's replace the main hand with it. Alright, we'll go ahead and leave those here for now. And see if we can't find this encampment that they're talking about. Boy, it's really weird not to see M as being the map. Let's see if we can find out what the map is supposed to be here. Possibly U, maybe? For the world panel? Oh, okay, kind of. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be U. Sort of weird there. Alright, let's go check in with this waypoint. So far the game definitely does seem to be taking a rather large cue from the Diablo series. Cool, looks like we found a vendor already. See if we can't maybe sell some of this stuff and make some room. Really? They're not even gonna offer gold? It's gonna be... Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Alright, I noticed something over here. Let's see what this does. Okay, so I got something called Glacial Hammer. Now let's walk out of town real quick and see what that does. Or maybe I'm not allowed to go out the way that I came in. That's interesting. Alright, looks like we've got a stash. So maybe you get abilities off of these gems. And that's how this works out. So let's go out and see. So we've got Ground Slam and we've got Glacial Hammer. And I guess that's actually what the colors mean now instead of Dexterity, Strength, and Intelligence like I initially thought. Let's see what we got. Alright, there's Ground Slam. Probably was Glacial Hammer. Now we can see where that mana regeneration apparently will come in. And boy, I really wish there was a way of getting a bigger map. Something in between this corner one and this world one over here. Let's see. Ah, tab. There we go. That helps a little bit. So the game seems to be pretty fun so far. If you're looking for a Diablo type game, this game might be interesting. I don't know. I think it's going to be free to play with some transactions, if I remember correctly, which is probably going to be the way to go for this game. With Diablo 3 coming out in just a few days and pre-orders coming out for Torchlight, I think what this game is really going to need is to be free to play. And looking on the website, it does seem to be that's the way that it's going to go. They have packs right now where you can get points and a guarantee of being in the beta if you purchase things. They have, and you get a title, like they have a $10 item, they have a $15 item, they have a $25 item. And you get form titles, you get an in-game Kiwi pet for the $25 item, you get a soundtrack for it, there's a bronze pack at $50, there's a silver pack at $100, and a gold at $250, and a diamond at $1,000. Wow, that's... You've really got to be wanting to throw a lot of money around if you're going to spend $1,000 on a game, and it doesn't even look like you get anything that super sexy. You get 10,000 points, 5 beta keys, a diamond supporter title, soundtrack, an in-game diamond Kiwi pet, Path of Exile on CD, a soundtrack CD, a map poster, a t-shirt, whatever all posted items signed on request means, and your name in the Path of Exile Wow. You really have got to have a huge, huge boner for this game if you're gonna pay $1,000. So, game looks fun. Hopefully, it'll be free. It'll be a nice little tide me over. I just think with it coming after Diablo 3, maybe they can get their licks in before Torchlight 2 comes out and get a little bit of the market. So, thanks for checking out this early Path of Exile footage over here, and enjoy your time.